Hey guys, it's Alpha Nerd. Let's make learning simple. We are back with another interesting topic, promises. What is promise? Promise is an object representing eventual result of an asynchronous operation. The result can be either a successful completion or the failure of the operation. The promise object acts as a placeholder whose value will be defined only after the asynchronous operation gets completed. How does promise works? Promise has four states: pending, resolved, rejected, and fulfilled. When the promise gets success, it is resolved. When it failed, it is rejected. To get a clear understanding of how this promise works, let's take a real-time example. Let's say we are booking a taxi using a mobile app. The driver may either accept our request or he can decline our request. When we are requesting to book a taxi, our promise is in a pending state. If the driver accepts our request, then promise is resolved. If he declines the request, then the promise is rejected. And this is how promise will work basically. If success, it will be resolved. If declined or failure, it will be rejected. Let's see a demo of how to use this promise in our code. This is the general syntax of a promise declaration. Always go with the const while declaring promises. As you can see here, we have a variable name and a new promise constructor. This promise constructor takes only one argument, a callback function. This callback function accepts two parameters. One is resolve, another is reject. We will write our asynchronous code inside this callback function. This asynchronous code will have a condition. If the condition is satisfied, the promise will be resolved, or else the promise will be rejected. Here we have a fully written promise with a variable initialized with 2 and a condition to check if a is equal to 2. If so, the promise will be resolved with the message yes, both are same. If not, the promise will be rejected with the message no, both are different. The message you are passing here to resolve function or reject function can be anything. It is need not to be a string always. It can be an object, it can be a function, it can be anything. Now the promise is being written. Let's see how to call this promise in our program. As you can see here, we are calling our promise my promise with two functions. First one is then, which will be called when the promise is resolved, and second one is catch, which will be called when the promise is rejected. As you can see here, both then and catch accepts a callback function, which in turn accepts a parameter, and these parameters are nothing but the values that are being passed from resolved or reject functions. The callback passed to the then function holds the part which has to be executed after the promise is resolved. If we take the same taxi example, when the promise is resolved, that is when the driver accepts our request, we have to hire the taxi and we have to travel to the destination and so on. Similarly, the callback that is passed to catch holds the part which has to be executed when the promise is rejected. In the same example, if the driver rejects our request, then we have to request for another taxi. The expected behavior of this program is the promise should get resolved and then the then part has to execute, giving the output resolved message is both are same. Let's see what the output we have got here. The output we have got here is same as the expected one. Resolved message is it is equal. Now let's try rejecting our promise. Here we have changed the variable a's value to 12, so the condition would fail and the promise would get rejected. The expected output is rejected message. No, it is not the same. Let's see what the output we have got. As you can see here, the promise got rejected and the output is same as our expected one. Rejected message. No, it is not same. So far we have learned what is promise, how does promise works, and how to use a promise in our code. And now, how does this promise solves a callback hell? So guys, if you don't know what a callback hell is, please do check our callback video. The link is given in the description box. Back to the topic, how does promise solves a callback hell? Let's see. Let's say action 4 has to be executed after action 3 is done, which in turn depends on the completion of action 2 and which in turn waiting for action 1 to get complete. Let this be the scenario and let's see how callback solves this scenario. As you can see here, we have 4 callback functions. Each one will be called after the previous one gets completed. We are very well aware that when we use multiple nested callbacks, the code becomes difficult to debug. So we can solve the same scenario using promises in a simpler manner. Let's see how. Instead of going for a multiple nested callback functions, in Promise we can use multiple then functions which can be called on the previous then function. When one then function gets completed, it will implicitly call the next then function. There is no need for explicit call. As you can see, promises are easy to write, they improve code readability and are easy to debug. The next one is error handling. In callback, the error object is passed as an first argument. We can use that object to handle our error. But in case of promises, the error handling is made much more easier. You can use catch method of promise to handle the errors. If you're not comfortable with using one function to handle the error and another method to handle the success data, then you can use the same then method to handle the error also. A callback function passed as a second parameter to the then function act as a error handler. The next topic is promise chaining. When the instance method of a promise like catch, then, or finally returns another promise on which the instance method can be called again, is said to be a promise chaining. This is always misunderstood with a promise having multiple thens. In case of a promise chaining, the second function will work on the result it got from the previous one. If the previous function takes some time to get completed, the second function will wait until then. But in case of a promise with multiple then functions, that is not the case. The result from one then function is not passed to another then function. This is the difference between a promise chaining and a promise with multiple then functions. That's it, guys. We have moved to the end of the session. It's AlphaNut signing off. If you have any suggestions, please do comment, subscribe to our channel, like, and share the video. Thank you.